wait for a few people to come on. And then we're going to talk about some fun stuff. I'm going to need my glasses. Okay. Let's see. Well, hi girls, it's Tina. Happy Sunday. I hope you guys are getting a lot done and you are not tired yet because you still have some fun cards to make after this with Holly. Hi Penny. Hi Karen. I'm not super good at noticing who's on, but I'm going to try. I'm not a good multitasker. Maybe that's why I'm a good boy mom. Oh, hi Terry. I can't focus on everything, but I am so excited to show you guys a fun new card with fun new products that are coming out. And I'm sure all of you have seen pictures of these online. This is our new annual catalog from Close to My Heart. And if you look closely at the cover, there's a lot of pretty beautiful new colors. Look at these fall colors. And then this is our 2-month catalog that goes live on September 1st, and it's for September and October. And I thought it would be really fun based on what you guys answered in my poll about what you guys would like to see for the next Palooza. I was really curious. I think that was just for fun number 6. If you haven't answered it, make sure you go in and answer it. But based on what you said, I thought let's do something that's Halloween, okay? Because a lot of you said Halloween and a lot of you said fall and Christmas. And so fall and Christmas are on our, they're on our schedule. So let me show you what we're going to talk about today. We are going to talk about Distress Oxide Inks. Hi, Victoria. Now, these have been around for a long time, and I'm curious. Leave a comment and let me know. Hi, Christy. How familiar are you guys with Distress Inks or Distress Oxide? Because I know you've been able to get them for a while, but they're a new product that we're carrying. And oh, I love the gnomes too. Wait till you see the card. I hope you like it. Holly liked it, Kristen, so I think you'll like it. But leave me a comment and let me know. Hi, Kit, if you guys have used these, have used them, haven't ever used them, or have heard of them and wanted to try. Hi, Karen. They're cool. I've been waiting so long because I try to not show things that we can't share with you guys. So I was excited when they came. So we're going to make a card. We're going to play with these inks. Now, these are Distress Oxide, so they're different than Distress. They react with water, so you're going to see some fun stuff. And then we even have these fun little tools, okay? And I'll show you how to use them if you haven't. And then, because you said Halloween, I said, let's make something with the gnomes. So the gnomes we have right now, the Gnome Matter What cards, you guys, they're so adorable, that stamp set. And I know most of you probably have them. So now, a little heads up, there's a couple of new gnome sets coming, and this is one of them, and it's in the fall book, and it's called Spooky Gnomes. And how cute are these little guys? And of course, it comes with the stamps. Huge set. Huge set of stamps. Huge. And then so many thin cuts. Look at that. Even the bat is a thin cut. And what I was blown away, I don't know if it shows up. Hi, Vicky Ford. Boo. That's a little banner. It's got a thin cut. They have thin cuts for everything. So we're going to use this little guy today, okay? We're going to use him, but we're going to make a fun background. And let me move it out of the way. One of the things you're going to need is baby wipes, and I thought you guys would appreciate that I have my Mickey Mouse baby wipes. Since it's Happiest Place, I got my baby wipes out. And then we're going to use new thin cuts, and they are stitched scallop thin cuts. Very fun. I thought you guys would like a sneak peek of that. And then I'm going to use distressed watercolor cardstock. And the reason for that is because you're going to be, with Distress Oxide, we're going to be adding water. And water and paper don't always mix well or blend well unless you have special watercolor paper. And so this is also something new that we're carrying, and I'm going to be using it. And I'll show you. Let's see. Okay, can you guys, is this close enough? Let me tilt the camera a little for you to see that the distressed watercolor paper has ridges and regular white daisy cardstock does not, okay? So that's going to change the way the inks react with the paper and the way they blend. So I'm not gonna show you the full card yet because I want to first play with the inks and then I'll show you what we're making. All right, so we are gonna start with our messy mat, and I'm gonna start with 2 colors, and I have to sit down, so I'm not gonna be able to see comments anymore. I'm a non-standing stamper. So I'm gonna use Mowed Lawn, okay, peeled paint, and mustard seed yellow, okay? And I am gonna start, I only have 2 of these right now. I will be getting more because I don't love taking them on and off in between a project. So for a project, I wish I had 3 and this yellow one was ready to go, but it's not. So this ink, it's different than our ink. This is, you really have to push down to get the ink to load on your foam tool, okay? The pad doesn't look at all like our current ink pads. So you're gonna push down pretty good to get that ink on. And then we're gonna start actually off of the paper because we don't wanna make a big circle, right? We wanna blend. So I'm gonna start off the paper and then I'm gonna slowly blend this on. And look at that. I'm just gonna blend in some color. Look how beautifully it blends. And you can see you get lighter and lighter as the ink starts wearing off, and that's okay because I just wanna make a random background, okay? I'm gonna leave that one there. I'm gonna really push in, get that ink on there. And I think I'll start off over here and pull in this other green color, move it around a little. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? I'm gonna add some over here, okay? Then I think I'll take this little guy off. Okay, I'll tell you, this is messy. You're gonna get messy doing this, but it's so worth it. But in one project, if I didn't want to get my fingers super messy, that's why I would enjoy having more than just one handle. So I'm going to start off and I'm going to slowly work my way on and just start blending in these colors. I'm going to add some over here, layering them on. Now, what you might not see on camera is I'm getting a lot of this ink on my mat as I start blending on, right? And that's okay, I'm gonna use it. So I'm gonna blend a little bit more on here. All right, I'm gonna blend a little in here. Now we're gonna stop with that first layer. Now I'm gonna add a little more green. Got more yellow than I actually wanted. Okay, now I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna hold it up and I'm gonna show you something really fun. Okay, I'm gonna stand up, make sure I'm on camera. All right, it's kind of blended. Now, I'm gonna add water. And I'm gonna let it start moving around the page and blending even more. You see that? I'll add some more up here. So now I'm gonna get some of my green layers mixed in with my yellow layers. Okay, and a little bit right there. All right, so I'm gonna stop right here. Slide these back so I don't dry them out. I have my heat tool, so pardon the noise for a minute, but I'm gonna dry it. All right, just gonna get some of that dried on because you can layer these inks. So once I heat set this, I can add another color. I could add yellow over that green and it's not gonna be muddy. It's gonna be yellow. And this is an old heat tool. You can also dab it up like that and get a different look, okay? So we're gonna stop there. Now watch. You see the paint on my mess pad? Okay. I'm gonna get some green up in here. And I'm gonna get some yellow down here. And I'm gonna mix it around and just layer on more colors. How cool is that? You can make any kind of color combination you want. Isn't that sweet? Now I would dry this layer again, and that's just your first little showing of what you can do with these inks. They are really cool. So I'm going to set this one aside. I did more yellow in this one on purpose because I want to show you one that I did more with just the peeled paint and the yellow, okay? And this is the one that I used today for the card. And then I wanted to show you one that I did on white daisy cardstock. So I'm going to hold it close to see if you guys can see the difference. This one is much smoother and more blended. And this one is, you can see, I think, let's see. You can kind of see the paper got to the point where it said, okay, Tina, that is too much water. I'm just not going to work anymore. I'm not going to blend or react, and I'm going to kind of make a raised, scabby looking area on the page. But if I didn't get too much water, it's not so bad, right? The rest of it, I mean, you could use what you have. You just have to play with it. But notice it, can you see that? Non-watercolor paper really is going to warp a lot. This watercolor paper is going to warp much less. All right, so what I did, I'll give you a sneak peek of one card. You can iron this as well to flatten it. So here is one gnome card. It's not the one we're making today. It is just using a little bit of that watercolor paper right there. And if you were at the, hi Dee Dee, if you were at the Summer Vibes Palooza, this is the card, exact card I made with the ice cream cones. Do you guys remember that? The ice cream cones, the toppings were stacked up. Exactly the same card. I took my same design, which is kind of what I talked to you guys about in my layouts, is if you come up with a base that you love, repeat it with completely different papers and stamps. So this is that same card. So I wanted to show you that, and I wanted to show you how I used the golden. And look, you can see all the little splatters that it got. I hope that's showing up. Okay, so now what we're gonna make. This is the card. What do you think? Spooky gnomes. Let me get some of this out of the way. This is the Halloween card I came up with. And it is fairly easy. So here's all the pieces. I cut out that scallop right out of the bottom of this. Okay, so I did that before you guys came. And here it is. So I cut out using the new scallop thin cuts, and then I just cut the smaller one, and look, it goes on perfectly. And I put this a little to the side so I could put my little gnome guy there. So we're gonna start though with, I did a little paper tearing to get you guys ahead of having to watch me do all this, but I'm gonna grab 2 shimmer brushes and I'm gonna shake them up real good before I use them. How many of you use shimmer brushes? I know that Dina loves all things shimmery. She loves her shimmer tape. She loves her shimmer brushes. So I am going to start by using the charcoal shimmer brush. I'm going to open it up, and I'm actually going to, could have a bigger block, but I don't. I like to squeeze a little bit. I hope I'm on camera. A little bit on a block, and then start up high and tap and make my splatters. Okay, the closer you go, the bigger the splatters will be. See that? See how big they got? The higher up you are, the smaller. And I'm even gonna turn this, so get some splatters on there. Okay, then I'm going to, I didn't even need to dip into that. Normally I dip, but I'm usually making a bunch of cards at once. This is the clear. Oh, I already got some on there, I'll use it. This is the clear shimmer brush. Squeeze some out. Okay. I'm even gonna, I know it's not really gonna show up as color, but it's gonna show up as shine. So I'm gonna tap some of this pretty stuff on. You guys can't even see, probably from camera, that anything is going on, but it is. All right. So I'm gonna let that dry for a few minutes, and I'm gonna take these off. Let's go ahead and close peeled paint and the mustard seed. Let's close those up. Okay, so I'm gonna set this off to dry. I'll hold it up so you guys can kind of, can you see some of the shimmer? Okay, take that same baby wipe, clean my messy space now. and we'll get ready to build the card. So, where's my lid to this? There it is. Let's see if I can clean my fingers a little. Okay, so the card. Easy. Here you go. Pull it on camera so you can see. It's just different layers of green. And so I've got my card base here. Make sure it's dry from that baby wipe. Okay, got my card base. Rough side, glue the rough side down. Always glue rough edges down. Okay. Just like in scrapbooking, I start at the corner closest to me. Hold it down so I can swivel and make sure it's straight. Okay, make sure it's good and straight. Okay, layer 1 is down. Okay, layer 2 is going to be a piece of vellum because we carry vellum and we should use it more than we do. So what I'm going to do is I am going to set this little guy down and start tearing a little bit wider. Nothing fancy. With tearing though, the closer you hold your fingers together, the more control you have over it than if you just went, oops, I did not mean to do. I'm good at sound effects. All my local girls know that when I teach, I can't help myself. I do sound effects all the time with them and they laugh and I don't even mean to. It just comes out. Okay, so now it's a little hard, so I'm gonna do it. Hope you guys are able to see and that I'm staying on camera because I'm sitting down. Okay, so I tore my vellum. Now I'm gonna check it and see, yep, I like it. Okay, all that'll be hidden so I'm not worried about the adhesive showing through. Okay, and I am gonna kind of not even worry. There we go. Boom. Okay. Next layer is this little guy. I wanted the light side showing. And this edge is completely covered up by the top piece, so I'm not worried. Can't see. So get that on, swivel it around. Okay. How fast is that? So now I thought it would be fun. This is looking dry. Okay. To take my journaling pen and draw some doodle lines just to give this edge. I always stop and I add a couple dots because I have to move my hand. And I always think that if I move my hand and try to continue a straight line, it doesn't look good. So when I stop, I'll add a couple of dots and then move my arm down and rotate it. Are you guys a fan of doodle lines when you craft? I do like them. Nothing fancy, not perfectly straight. There. Okay, so now we have some doodle lines. Easy peasy. I'm going to actually get this top edge good because it's going to glue all the way to this upper corner. Boom. Huh. How easy is that? Just 3 layers of cardstock that I have laying around, a little bit of my shimmer pen white paper, and now we're going to color this little guy, and I am using the dull green blend, and I'm going to go medium and dark, okay? So I'm going to outline so that I stay in my lines on his little hat. These blend wonderfully. Are you guys fans of the tri-blend markers? Oh wait, leave a comment. Tell me, do you already have a new idea book? I'm curious, because if you already have a new idea book, you've gotten to see all this cute stuff. And they did start shipping them for free on the 24th. They are shipping both catalogs with any size order on the 24th. And if you're a fan of our tri-blend markers, because you know I am, I color with them quite a bit, you're gonna love what you're gonna see in this new book. I won't say anything more than that because I don't know how many of you haven't. So I'm gonna go to the dark and I'm gonna do a quick outline just to add some dimension to my little gnome hat. rotate him. Here we go. Rotate him a little more. And this gnome's easy because his beard, there's so much of his beard is just white that once you do the hat and the feet, you're almost done coloring him. Okay, so I'm going to use the fair skin. So those of you that did the Gnomes Christmas card workshop have this marker. Okay, so I'm going to do his little nose. And I'm going to do gray, and I'm going to do light. I think I'll do this little buckle on his hat. This is brown gray. And then I'll do his little shoes. Oh yeah. And I will add a little dimension to my coloring. Maybe with medium. Let me see if medium's enough. And just add a little line. Nope, not enough. I want more. I'm going to add a dark line just along the bottom. Follow that little swoopy swoop up. Okay, now we're going to start putting the card together. So we're going to glue this to my watercolor piece. Look at that guy, isn't he cute? I'm going to glue that right down to the center. Okay, let me make sure I'm on camera for you guys. And then I put thin foam tape on the back. And I'm going to get it ready, but I'm not going to set it down yet because we're going to add this little loop-de-loop. Do you guys play with the embellishing thread? I personally love it. And this is what I do with it. I pull some off like this. And then I decide, is it a 2-finger wrap or a 3? And for this, I'm going to do 2 but wide. And I decide how many loops. So I'm just going to do like 5. 4, 5. Kind of end at the same spot. I didn't bring my good scissors in. There. Okay. But it's all kinky, right? It's all bent. So all you do is once you've measured how much you need, just pull it between your fingernails, okay? If you don't have a fingernail, if your fingernails are really short or you don't want to do that, grab your bone folder and pull it just like curling thread for when you wrap presents, and you get the kinks out. And then you just need a glue dot, okay? Grab a glue dot, and then I'm going to wind it around my fingers again, widen them out a little, 2, 3, just wind it till it ends close to the same place. And I'm just going to stick it on a glue dot. Pull that back, stick it on. Okay, now I don't have to worry about it fidgeting on me. Use whatever's handy. I had my scissors here, so I'm going to grab it with my scissors. And then what we're going to do is we're going to flip this over. Get this kind of where we want it. It's not going to be totally in the center because I have to fit my cute little gnome guy, right? So it's going to go over a bit like this. And I'm just going to set that down. Pull my scissors out. Then I'm going to separate them a bit. Push down. That glue dot lets you move them around however you want. Easy, right? Yeah, that thread is good. And I don't mind ends, but if you do, you can cut it off. You can just grab your scissors and cut it off. But usually I have ends coming out both sides, but I only have one end on this one, so I'll cut it off. And now I'm going to take the thick foam tape, and I'm going to put it on this side, because I want the gnome to overlap, but be taller. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit to the hat, and I might even add just a smidge of this. Okay, pull it off, and then all we're going to do is finish. Oh, I think I put that on a little crooked. I did. Gentle. There. There. Now I might have made it crooked the other way. Okay, we're just going to leave it. Then I'm going to put my little gnome on. There you go. And then we'll finish with some of our loose sequins. You know, we've gotten a lot of loose sequins because we use them in all of our kits. And that is even the stars that come in the loose sequins. You can use them. There's just glue dot behind it and you can't really even see it. But there you go. So that is what I wanted to show you today. I wanted to introduce you to some of the new products. I wanted to show you the Distress Oxide Inks and all of the fun different looks of paper that you can get with them. And I wanted to show you the difference between the rough side of the distressed watercolor paper. This is the smooth side of it. See, that's the smooth side of it. And then plain white daisy cardstock. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I know it's time for you to gather your supplies and get ready for Holly's cards, and then I will be back on to tell you guys goodbye, tell you what things are coming up, and to thank you for attending our event. All right, girls? So see you back here soon. Bye.